Hello guys, today is another day. I want to show you one of my A+ setup that I'm always looking at. So if you have learned zones, you have learned support and resistance level, major support and resistance level, how to identify them, how to identify zones easily. Even if you cannot pick those major support and resistance level, at least you should be able to pick zones. So the easiest way how I used to do it is this. For example, now the market was trending down and it came up, and what happened? It trends down again. So what I do immediately is this. I'm looking for a break of structure with full body candle closing below, not a wick. Are you getting it? Not a wick. So for example, once I see a break of structure like this, what I'll do immediately is I'll bring in my fib to fib from this high to this low, expecting 50%, that is above 50% of the level that I would expect the retracement to go above 50%. Now this is 50%. The market gets retraced back to 50%, and after 50%, what happened again? We go even further, 60, 70, at least about 80 or so percent. This is it. And from there, we pick the trade with different entry models that I do teach in this channel and in my YouTube channel as well. I will take the market from here, expecting this low to be taken. So most of the time, how I do normally take my profit is by trend line trailing. That is when I know for sure that I'm going to be watching the market back to back. But if time will not permit, based on one thing or the other, so majority of the time trading is like an additional option to break out of every issue of finance. It's just like you use it to start when you have made a lot of money, you invest part of it, and your investment starts bringing you proceed while you continue trading and give yourself the freedom that you really want in life. Trading is never the first, you to never be the last. That is it. What matters is your peace of mind. That is what you're trying to regain back. So what happened is this. So as soon as I've gotten this EOS one, that is this break of structure, clean one. Number two, I'll look for the zone. Where is the zone? I will bring in my square. For example, let me use the square here. I'll bring in my square. You see, from this high to this low, then I'll square it all the way here. Now if you watch this very well, I've simplified the entry by taking from this buy that caused this huge sell to the downside. I gave us break of structure. I have simplified it by picking out just the buy to sell. Now what I'm trying to do is all this side like this, that is 50% of this movement down is noise. So I'm taking it out to avoid distraction of taking my entry so I don't run into loss. But there are times the market will retrace somewhere here around 23% of the move or 38% of the move, something like that. It will retrace from there. But one thing you must notice, remember I used to tell you before you enter your market, always make sure there is a sweep. So that sweep will determine if you are to get into the market. Are you seeing it? This is just my entry model. It's not more than this. This is my entry model. Now if you look at this now, what I just draw for you now is my entry model. Now if you look at it, you see this square here, this is it. The square is let me say this is probably the high of the square and the low of the square. So this is POI. This is POI, point of entry. So like this place here now, I'm calling it point of entry. From this, so don't confuse it, from this buy that caused the sell is my what? POI. So it is also known as a zone. Yeah, it is also known as a zone. So what I'll do, I'll treat this zone as my place of entry. Now look at what happened. So once I enter, my target is to come and what? Break this low. Don't forget, my target is to come and break this low. Now how do I enter? And secondly, I've also marked this high as a protected high for the meantime, even if it's going to get broken. But first it has to deliver what I'm expecting it to do first, because most of the time that is how the market works. But should it turn around, we still play along with it. No problem. So after marking it like this, now this is a buy to sell. Then what happened here? If you watch this place that caused the change of character before the market start moving to the downside, this sell to buy and this great sell. Now this is it again. Now I will simplify it again. Are you seeing it? Now here is support and here is resistance. So my entry, most of the time when the market come up to this level, we focus on these two places. And before the entry, I will also make sure that first I will sweep, I'll create a high, and this first high should be my target as liquidity, because most time I used to call it first leg. If you have been watching my video, you will understand I call it first leg. So I'm expecting this first leg to be disrespected. So most of the time, if we are able to catch this first leg, because most of the time if we are using a trend line, you will definitely catch the first leg. But where is this first leg going to reverse from? You don't know. So unless if you know you are not going to stay there in the market and watch it, don't trade it. But if you know you are going to stay there and watch it, you can trade it. But it can also lead to confusion, because one little thing may take your attention away and you end up losing the trade. So the market will come after breaking your trend. It will come down to this level. And when the market is about when the market get down to a particular level like this, what the market usually used to do is it will turn again this time around to come and break this first leg that you have that the market has created for you. And this is where the market will do all manner of manipulation just to make sure to deceive you and tells you that, guys, I'm going back to the upside. You see, that is why sometimes when you pick the trade here, you'll be so surprised when you come back, the market has already taken your high. And when the market take your high, you kind of, what? I missed this trade. So you quickly want to jump into the trade, trying to pursue it back to the upside, only for you to later realize that the market did not go up, but it only tricked you in, and the market will turn back with speed, very high speed. Sometimes the speed, sometimes it will deceive you to just be dancing there and waste time, so you get frustrated. By the time you just turn your eyes, you know the market has run to the downside, and to go back again and retest any of the support level, that the resistance level that later turns support, then if you go back again and that support level will then become resistance again, and we'll test it and start dropping all the way to the downside. So most of the time, that is what the market is always to do. So what I'll do is, after seeing this, my target now is to come and catch this low. So guess what do we get here? We got the entry here, but here's our first leg. This was our first leg inside the POI, and we break this first leg. Look at what the market did. The market came up, came down, we're gonna retest and started coming down. So let's see what let's see the outcome of the trade. So now look at the trade. What happened? The trade, yes. Now watch these two levels. Watch this level and this level. Simply because the market does not break this level. The market tried to come up, but it didn't break this level. Let's see if it later break it or not. But if you watch here now, the market trades all the way down to this level. And even before the market started coming back to the upside, if you were using your trend line stop loss and take profit, if you are not too greedy, you would have made a lot more than a lot out of this market. Are you seeing it? Now let's take, for example, you take your entry here. Now you were to take your profit down here, and now let's assume you take partials. The moment you see this trend line broken, you take partials, you still make a lot. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least you make about 5 times your money. So what else will you be saying? Now look at it, and if you were patient enough, guys, let me zoom it in. If you were patient enough, look at what the market actually did. The market came and tested this other block here. This other block, this bearish other block where it's a trade from it. It retested it. It's never broke the low with strong wick. Now this is the 15 minutes time frame, and as soon as this has happened, look at it. It retested the level, but it did not even break. It did not break it. The analysis here didn't give us 100% accuracy, but at least we got about let me say 80 to 85% accuracy. 80 to 85% of the market that we analyzed definitely played that. But at least as soon as the market reversed, if you were still holding, it didn't break this high. That is, it didn't hit your stop loss. If you are not quick to move your stop loss, it didn't hit it, and guess what? The market is still come down and even give you additional profit before fully reversing to the upside. And if you would have watched it carefully, you would have known that it will still be a win. Now let's watch that now. Because you traded this first one, this is the one we actually trade. And if you watch this trade now, if you watch it very well, it's inside the middle of a trade. It's inside a middle of a huge move. Look at it. I didn't see it earlier. So that is why it is good sometimes to do your analysis with your PC. Now look at the remove here. This is the remove. Now if this happened to be the remove, the way will be our, now here will be our zone, because this is the buy to sell. Now if this should be our zone, now let's wash out. Now let me just mark it. Look at the zone, guys. My trading is not more than this. If you have been watching me, you always see all this square, you always see them in my chart, always up and down. You always see them. My target is I enter from the top and I exit inside the same box below. And sometimes if I'm to break, I will exit right in the same box. I will exit the moment I break the low. Now look at it. Now let me zoom in. Now look at it. This is it. So the chart is somehow rough, but I just pray you understand. Now this is the buy. The cost is sell all the way to the downside. Now what is my target? My target is to break this low, because why? We are in a downtrend, and in the process the trend may decide to do what? Reverse. But guess what? Now 50%, if you were to fib from here to here, 50% will be somewhere here. Now because we try to reduce our trading zone, we have cut off this side. This side is no longer included, so we are not expected to take any trade here, because we are in a healthy trend. How do you know a healthy trend? So long we're in a healthy trend, the trend will kind of come like this, to come. Are you seeing it? This is the healthy trend. Now there are some trends that will happen like this, to happen like this. Are you seeing it? So this one is another trend. But for you to trade all this, irrespective of the trend, either healthy or not healthy, whatever the trend may be, you must make sure there is always a liquidity break before your entry. Always a liquidity break. That one should be your trigger. That one should be what will motivate you to say, okay, I'm taking this trade or not. Then secondly, so now since we are getting our zone here, right here, guys, this video is taking much time than expected. Since we're getting our zone here, what I normally do at the early days while I was trying to gain perfection within this entry model, what I will do usually is I'll bring my fib. You see this buy to sell. Now this is the zone. Now we have carved out the zone. I'll bring my fib. I'll fib from here to here. This is are you seeing it? I'll take 50% again. This is the 50%. Now if you check out again, this 50% now, this 50% of this square, that is where I'm going to be taking my entry from. Now I'm not taking my entry from below, rather I'm taking my entry from the top side. Yeah, but if I were to buy in an uptrend, where would you expect me to take my entry from? I would take my entry from the downside, targeting the upside. So guys, this time around I'm taking my entry from the upside, targeting the downside. And where am I targeting? I'm targeting this low. My trading is not more than this. So if I didn't see it clearly and I lose the trade, when I come back to the trades to check out what really happened, at the end of the day, you will find out that I didn't play along with the trend, or maybe I was trying to outsmart the trend, and most of the time it doesn't work like that. So now guys, I'm going to use this red line for the boss, for the division of the boss, and delete this boss. Let me delete this boss so we can have a clearer picture of the chart. Now I'm going to use this red line for the boss. Okay, this is the middle. So what happened now is let me zoom out. Now look at it. Look at what happened here. The market rally. Trying to zoom out. Good. So the market rally all the way from this low, created some pretty heavy trend all the way to the upside. And when you get to this level, what happened? It changed character. When it changed character, if you watch carefully, it created a trend, and the market changed character. Is the changing of character that occurred here, is it healthy or not? Very healthy one. And in this sense, this is 15 minutes time frame. This is 15 minutes time frame. This is 15 minutes time frame plus this heavy trend happening on it. And look at the change of character here. The market structure shift, guys. Look at it here with full body candle closing below. And after this thing happened like this, what did you see again? What did you see? The market, after changing this character, breaking the trend, it created this double bottom here. So when the market actually created this double bottom, I traded this double bottom all the way to the top side. Yeah, and first I exit with some profit. Then after then, I think I closed the trade somewhere around here, because right now I'm trading try to understand what I'm saying, guys. Since I cashed this double bottom with this one, I enter with entry patterns. Since I cashed it, then I traded it all the way to this level here. What happened was I closed the trade somewhere around this angle. Yeah, and I set order, sell limit order. I placed my sell limit order here. Yeah, so believe that for the purpose of this trend line, that's why I set my stop limit, my sell limit order there, stop loss to be in this zone, believing that the market will actually honor that place and start riding all the way to the downside because of this trend line that happened here. So after then, the market wake up in the middle of the night. I saw that my buy has yielded some profit, and the sell limit order has taken place. So the market was already running. I come to check, and I see that the market was working according to our plan. Guys, when the market is working to our plan, don't get too excited. Sometimes I change the narrative. So once market is working according to our plan like this, all you just need to do is to wait for your plans to play out. If you succeed, you go home with your profit. If you didn't succeed with your risk management, you should be able to manage your money and keep the rest of your money for another better entry. Now look at it. Now after the market has succeeded making noise for a series of days here, let me show you something. Look at it, because this is not the actual trend of the market. The market took this to do all this, to make all this noise and run all the back. Now it take a very short period of time for this market to cover this distance compared to the time it has spent in covering from this level here to this level. To take lesser time. Guys, this is what we should understand about trend. And when you are trading trend with a higher time frame, if you have this understanding, it will help you a lot. And if you are not really confused and you get the understanding clear, you will understand that this market is not an uptrend. You will know for sure for once that this market is a downtrend. And look at how the market comes. Remember guys, POI. This is the POI. I did the analysis of the trades on my PC. So if you cannot get the video here, you can probably go and get it on my YouTube channel. Guys, take your time and watch this video. Don't be in haste. This is how we do analysis for crypto, the forex market, even the stock market. So if you know how to do your analysis very well, like those of you who used to buy crypto, when you do a perfect or clean up probability to 70% or 80% of clear analysis like this, and you invest your money in any crypto that has drip that you're expecting to rise, guys, before you know it, you'll be making hell of money. For those of you who invest massively in crypto, you're making hell of money. Now you don't even need to trade on leverage, just invest in it. You buy the coin after you have analyzed it and you said, this coin is set for a run, it's set for a rally all the way back to the upside or all the way back to the downside. Just do your clean analysis and invest your money in it. Before you know it, your money will double up 10 times, 100 times, 50 times. You know, crypto is so volatile. It's not like the first market, not like the derivative indices that we are trading now. Crypto is very, very volatile to give you huge profit at the shortest space of time. But just do your analysis wisely and trade wisely. This video is for not a financial advice, it's just for educational purpose. Guys, see you, and that is how I trade. As you can see, the trade is going according to our plan. God bless you. See you at the topmost top. See you in my next video. Bye bye.